Hey guys, how we doing? Wasn't planning on streaming, or I was planning on streaming today rather, but I just kind of never got around to it, until now, of course. Obviously, it's pretty late, like 8 p.m. Central Time, which is where I'm at, and that would make it like 9 Eastern, and pretty much unwatchable everywhere else, so sorry about that, but it's not going to be a very long live stream at all. We're just going to do couple little things, and of course you can always catch it on the VOD. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't skip another Saturday without streaming this series, obviously, because I think that would have made it like three in a row, and I just can't do that to you guys. So we might even get another stream tomorrow. I'm not going to promise anything because I have to do the local global tomorrow. You know, obviously because of school and stuff starting up again, I don't have a whole lot of time on my hands, especially because I'm working most of the time. And yeah, I'm going to have to cut it down from 2 videos a week, which I haven't been consistent with since like July, so it's not that big of a hit, down to 1 video a week. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue, hopefully, but that's the best I can do at this point. If I do like get the energy some weeks to put out 2 videos, then sure, I'll put out 2 videos. But it's gonna be mainly just 1 video a week and a live stream. That's what you should probably expect from me coming in the future, at least until I can find some more time on my hands. And week 9 of Bellator Fight Master, Elias Silverio beat Brennan Ward by knockout. It doesn't matter too much. The only people we really care about are obviously Mook and Golden. But yeah, it looks like we do have someone watching, so thanks for being with me a little later than usual, but hopefully that's not too much of an issue. We'll go ahead and move on to the first event. But make yourself known in the chat, of course. That's always fun. Again, sorry about there not being 2 videos this week. I just had a hell of a lot of stuff to do. And, you know, it's to be expected. Honestly, I'm surprised I was able to stream today. I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I was able to find a little bit of time. So for about an hour, I would say, maybe just 1 event even, depending on how many people we can get in here. We'll go ahead and put out part 6 of this series, because I do really like this series. It's definitely, you know, obviously it's my only WMMA series on the channel, and I really like this game. I just don't have time to play it, ever. So, you know. You know, might yawn a little bit, just a tiny bit tired. Although I shouldn't be. I mean, I guess my sleep schedule is very screwed right now, because I play board games until 4 in the morning, like a total idiot. But it's fine, I suppose. I still have like a week until I have to wake up at 8 in the morning to go to school, so it should be okay, probably. You know, running on 2 hours of sleep and 6 Red Bulls. That's what I do for work most days, so I should be fine, I hope. The production value for this channel might go down a little bit because I'm going to be spending all my money on Red Bull. And actually, Bang Energy is better than Red Bull. I've discovered that. Red Bull perks me up a little bit more, maybe, but Bang Energy, it tastes better, and, you know, I think it works better, and it doesn't make me feel as gross because, you know, obviously it tastes better. It's probably not better for me. But I've kind of cut out soda in order to fix my sleep schedule, so I just chug a bunch of Bang. You know, probably not the most healthy thing, but Sammy Guevara, independent wrestler to the stars, drinks Bang all the time, and he's ripped to shreds. So I'm sure it can't be too horrible. Assuming I don't get cancer in like 20 years, and it comes out that Bang is the worst thing on earth. It's like drinking toxic waste. But I'm going to go ahead and hope that is not the case for now, and just keep doing what I'm doing, because it seems to be, I wouldn't say working, but seems to be doing, I suppose. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other things I want to talk about with the channel. Now that the Outcast is gone, or not gone. Now that the Outcast is on hiatus, let's say, I need to get my thoughts out in these streams a little bit more. But well, for one thing, I think this is the first stream I've had after 250 subscribers, at least. Not the Patreon exclusive streams. Of course, if you want to be a part of those, you got to go to the Patreon page. And I think $1 is the threshold for exclusive. If not, I'll make it that. Because honestly, I don't care how much money you're giving me to watch the stream. If you're giving me anything to watch, it's a UPW 1985 stream. If you're giving me any money to watch that, then good on you. I mean, thank you, obviously. And of course, if you put $10 for at least a month, you will get sent an Outside Interference t-shirt. There are 5. There are 5 in circulation in the world right now. 3 of them were bought by me and Nick because we just got so excited, and 2 of them were bought by you lovely people. And I've had a great idea for a new shirt for the longest time, because Drew, my friend who I mentioned in the return video, I suppose, is a really good artist, so I want him to make some shirts for me. And I want one for this series. We got Michael Chandler and Joe Schilling, which is all I really care about. Given that I missed weight, sure, you can be welterweight, I guess. I don't care. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Obviously, watch all of those. Let's see. Justin Wren, who's actually 4-0 in Bellator, didn't realize that, taking on Bobby Lashley, 16-3 and 6-1 in Bellator. And most people say Wren, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Lashley's gonna take that one, because the power of the cake down, which is also coincidentally the idea I have for a shirt, is just gonna be Lashley's head blasting out of a cake with the words "cake down" on the bottommost half. And you know, I would definitely buy that shirt. I don't know if anybody else would, but I think that's worth the investment. Just to have, you know. I still have the first packing slip from the first order I made on Printful for the t-shirts. Actually holding it in my hands right now. You know, just to commemorate something. I'm not framing it or anything because frames are expensive, but it's sitting right above my computer. And speaking of computer, I've been playing way too much League of Legends. Like, I'm playing a broken champion right now, Quinn, who, you know, admittedly, like, you can start 0-6 and still build with the runes to go 11-8, and I know that for a fact because that's what I did. Literally the last game I played with her. She is very broken, and she's about to get nerfed in 8.16, but I'm totally okay with it, because I had my time in the limelight, carrying my team, and actually I didn't even play Quinn that much this patch, probably less than most, or probably less than other patches I've played her, but you know, if you don't like League of Legends, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever. But I was gonna suggest it, but honestly, the community is so toxic that you might just want to try it for yourself and see if you can withstand it. It's not nice. It's not very nice. There is so much flame, especially in low elo. I don't know about high elo because I suck, but in low, like the lower tier players are the worst. Not necessarily in skill, although technically they are the worst in skill, but definitely in attitude. But 3 rounds of pretty much nothing, it seems, in this fight, Jackson versus Harper. I honestly have no idea who would have won this fight, but it looks like Harper gets a takedown with 15 seconds left, and that might win her the round. And official scores being reported: 30-27. Winner by unanimous decision is Kate Jackson. So Harper might have won that last round according to the announcers, but Jackson pretty much dominated her throughout the rest of the fight. So, you know, if you don't finish in the third round, then it doesn't really matter what happened. If you don't finish in the third round, then I'm trying to think of a way to say this. It doesn't make me sound like an idiot because I messed it up. We're just going to move on. Next fight: Emmanuel Sanchez versus Noad Lahat. Definitely got Sanchez in this. You know, Lahat, I don't really... Oh, okay, there we go. Almost a knockout right there, I think. But Lahat, never really seen him be anything more than like a punching dummy for most people. So I definitely don't expect him to beat Sanchez, who's kind of a pretty strong prospect on the Bellator roster. And it looks like that's pretty much what's happening, as Sanchez is just using him as a speed bag at this point. And hopefully Lahat can take that away from him in the rest of the round, but doesn't look like that's happening. Might want to get his defense up a little bit, I would hope. But his offense hasn't helped him much either. Actually, I want to look at the stats for this, so I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the round. And yeah, 0 punches even attempted, I think, by Noad Lahat. Probably attempted, but 0 landed. As opposed to Sanchez's 26 punches with 3 power and 2 kicks. I think Sanchez might have won that round. Don't call me crazy, but I think he might have won that round. I'm not gonna lie. And unfortunately, no people in the chat right now. There is that Lone Ranger watching, and Lahat does get cut, so that's probably going to be the nail in the coffin for this fight. If this goes to 3 rounds, I'll be extremely surprised. I guess Lahat might have an iron chin, just doesn't know how to fight really. So, okay, TKO due to cut. El Matador, Emmanuel Sanchez, takes out Noad Lahat. Don't think anybody expected him to lose, but good win regardless. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and skip this fight because, actually, you know what? The betting lines are the same, so it would be a bit cruel to rob us of this fight. But I'm probably not going to pay too much attention to it. You know, because we still got nobody in the chat, which is okay. That's fine. I wasn't expecting too many people. I just wanted to get something out as kind of a sorry. I just don't have any time to do anything really. But you know, I feel like I don't want to spoil my audience also at the same time, which I think I accidentally do sometimes. Not like the ride or dies, you know, the ones that comment on every video or just comment on any video and actually, you know, communicate with me what they want to see and what they like, what they don't like, all that good stuff. But just the people who are, you know, maybe just watching, like I'm just one on their list of TEW YouTubers, and they're not really commenting. And you know, I appreciate them, of course, but whenever they stop seeing me in their subscriptions feed or on their homepage very often, that definitely, it's when the growth kind of sputters a little bit, which is to be expected, of course. Life of a YouTuber, especially a small one, because I can't depend on AdSense, of course. But as soon as I can make enough money on this YouTube channel to, for one, support the YouTube channel, of course, and you know, put out content on like a regular basis, then I'll probably try to focus more so on YouTube than anything else, because I do, quite frankly, I do have a lot of different avenues I pursue at the same time, which kind of burns me out a little bit. But you know, nothing really you can do about that. I want to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life, so I have to do it sometime. Might as well be now, because because I don't have that much time left. And I guess I mean, I have a lot of time in my life yet left, just not before college, because that's kind of coming up real quick. A lot of people who watch my videos think I'm older than I am, because apparently my voice is really deep. It's not normally. My voice fluctuates a lot whenever I'm excited, as old viewers of the stream will probably know, and really most people who have watched videos for a long time will probably know. It fluctuates a lot and it gets really high and very annoying. So that's actually the end of the fight. It looks like Teixeira actually did win that, which is kind of what I expected. Scott Cleave, I mean, if he's fighting with, I forgot what they're called, the earrings that are the holes, bearings maybe? If he's fighting with those, you know, honestly that might be a disadvantage. Like with what Randy Orton did to Jeff Hardy on that angle like a couple weeks ago, it might be a disadvantage in terms of a fight. But back to the rambling, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess my voice just comes off a lot bassier on the mic. It certainly did with the Outcast. Like when we were watching it back, my voice was just like exploding over Nick's on the first one, and then on the second one we kind of overdid it with his. And we haven't had a chance to retry that, but you know, every episode gets better, I think, with that. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and do it. You know, we might not have another one for a month, or oh, okay. Gareth McClellan, I think, beats Ben Ryder by submission in 4:01 of round 1. Great match. And I think this is our first match of the main show. The Hunter Russian name, or Ukrainian name rather, versus Bruna Vargas, 3-1. So I definitely have to go for the Hunter Lena Ukrainian name. Certainly, I don't think there's any question that she's the favorite. I mean, for one, she's, you know, Ukrainian/Russian. Anyone from that part of the world is, you know, undoubtedly a badass at anything that has to do with beating people up. So Bruna Vargas, while Brazilians are awfully good at MMA, I don't think she's got a shot. I'm not gonna lie. Although every time I say that, the person I choose gets knocked out, as you'll probably know if you watch these streams. But I'll go ahead and read off on the fights, which is probably what most people watching this want to hear, because a lot of the viewers on this series don't watch the TEW stuff, which is all well and good. You know, you watch what you want to watch, but I'm sure instead of my rambling, they'd rather listen to the fight commentary. So wrapping up the rambling, at least for the time being, apparently one of them is cut, but the referee thinks that it's too minor for it to stop the fight. And if there's 2 cut stoppages on the same event, that's where you start to get into rough territory in terms of fan perception. But 10-9 round in terms of Vargas, so I think she might have taken the first round as well, which is obviously not good for the Hunter Lena Ukrainian name. Oh, Vargas is hitting her. She's really outboxing her, which is expected because she is a Muay Thai. I was about to say god, but I don't know that. She has a background in Muay Thai, and that certainly helps her right there. TKO in 2 minutes of round 3. Fantastic fight, apparently. And yeah, Lena Ukrainian name definitely got her shots in, but she just wasn't able to overcome Bruna Vargas. I'm definitely not mad at that. You know, Bruna is younger, so everyone I guess will win gets knocked out. It's just a theme. As you'll probably know if you've been watching this for the last couple weeks. But next up, Lorenz the Monsoon Larkin versus the Dentist Josh Neer. I definitely have Lorenz Larkin for this. He's one of the best middleweights, I think, is their division. I'm almost positive. He's one of the best middleweights we have on the roster. Definitely top 3. And Josh Neer, while he is very good, he's getting up there in age, and he's not quite as good as he used to be, although he has shown us in the past that he can still win fights, and he can still contend for a title if he really puts everything in there, or puts his whole heart into it, if you want to go the Disney route. But a couple minutes into the first round, nothing too crazy going on. They seem to be both trading back and forth with the punches, and Nier shoots for a takedown and gets it, which is obviously not good for Larkin. That might actually lose him the round, and it does in the eyes of the announcer. But 2 minutes, or round 2, about a minute into the round, Nier seems to not only be outboxing Larkin, which is very surprising, but he also has the wrestling advantage, of course. So all he has to do is, keep this up on their feet, and then towards the end of the round, take him on the ground. And that's how you beat Larkin, I suppose. Although I am very impressed that he is able to... ooh, there we go. See, as soon as I say something like that, Josh Nier gets knocked out by Lorenz Larkin with a vicious kick in 3:43 of round 2. Fight being rated as great. Larkin, he did outperform him on the feet, so Josh Nier probably could have done a better job getting the fight to the ground, I'm sure. I think he only tried one takedown, and of course he got it. So probably should have tried more than once. But I guess that's why he lost. Maybe his corner was steering him in the wrong direction. But here we have Sakura versus Tokov. And I got to give this one to Tokov. Obviously, Russian, Sambo. And Sakura is 36 years old. He has the veteran advantage, I suppose. But in terms of athleticism, Tokov will definitely be in the lead there. Although Sakura is 3 inches taller than Tokov, so that might help him on the feet. But with how this fight's going, it looks like it's going to be on the ground for the most part if Tokov gets his way. As, those Sambo takedowns are pretty hard to defend against, although Sakura has been able to, for the most part. He's 2 for 3 in defending, so Tokov's only gotten 1 takedown so far this fight. And Sakura, as long as he can stay on his feet, I don't know how much a takedown costs, or how many points you get for getting a takedown and then for defending a takedown. But I feel like, oh, there we go. Sakura goes ahead and hits Tokov with a big strike, and then continues raining down punches, although the referee does not stop the fight. Sakura goes for a submission attempt, but he doesn't get it. That's going to end round 2. Sakura definitely beat Tokov in that round, and if you can keep that up, this fight will probably end within the first couple minutes of round 3. And there we go. Massive head kick, and Tokov cannot answer the ref's count, although this isn't boxing. I just had to play that into the discussion somehow, so it didn't sound like I fucked up too badly. But 46 seconds of round 3 knockout kick. Fight being rated as good. I think this is our co-main event. No, this is our co-main event, I think. But McFarlane versus French name, Trouble. And I think Valerie might have this, or Valerie. That's probably not how you say it, and that French accent was probably very offensive and very bad, but nothing you can do about it at this point. My accents are notoriously bad. I can do some accents okay for a couple sentences, and then it slowly devolves into a bad British accent. So, coming from Texas, the only accents I really know how to do are Southern, because that's what all my friends sound like. Or not really my friends, because I live in Central Texas, which there isn't really an accent. It's more like Eastern Texas, or even Western Texas, but more so Eastern, because it's by Louisiana and all that stuff. But Southern accent, definitely can do that. My parents are both from the South. And, yeah. That's the only accent I can do. I won't do it because it makes me sound like... it's a very feminine accent, I have to admit. It's a lot harder to do a gruff southern accent and not sound incredibly truck driver-esque, which is not the aesthetic I like to go for most of the time on this channel. So, you know, I feel like I say you know a lot, but considering that no one's actually watching right now, this is just for the VOD, doesn't really matter. McFarlane is doing okay, I suppose. Valérie, Mrs. Trouble from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, is doing pretty alright for herself. She might be able to beat the undefeated Emily. It has to be Emily. Yes, I do know how to speak, but not whenever I'm trying to say MMA names. That's pretty much the only reason I don't do a series on the WMMA instead of just the streams, is because whenever I stream, you expect me to mess up. At least I hope you do, because I mess up a lot. But whenever I make videos, I do a lot of cuts, as hopefully you couldn't notice, or don't notice all that often, but I do make a lot of cuts because I mess up like everything I say in those things. But McFarlane, hold on, is knocked down big strike after big strike. The Trouble from Montreal, Quebec, Canada is the new women's flyweight champion after winning by TKO in 56 seconds of round 4, fight being rated as good. And there we go. Next up, our co-main event, Czech Congo versus James Thompson. Definitely have Czech Congo in here, or Czech. I think it's probably Czech. Definitely have him winning this. I can't see James Thompson winning much of anything, seeing as he lost to Kimbo Slice, which, you know, love Kimbo Slice, may he rest in peace. He is survived by his amazing son, Baby Slice, but he wasn't the best fighter. I don't think anyone can argue that he was. And there we go, Czech Congo defeats James Colossus Thompson, knockout kick in 15 seconds. So that's one time where my prediction did not come back to backfire on me, or come back to bite me in the ass. That's a saying. And this time I was right. So there we go. A good fight, which is probably the best you can ask for 15 seconds. But Czech Congo benefits from being interviewed. He knows the value of building name recognition. And Justin Big Pygmy Wren versus Bobby Lashley, our main event. I really want Lashley to win, although I'm not sure how realistic that is. I'm going to go ahead and put him as my favorite because positive reinforcement is key. But, you know, there's not too much you can do against a guy as big as Justin Wren. Although, you know, Bobby Lashley, he's quite obviously a big dude. He is huge, just not the, you know, not the country strong that you would call Justin Wren, let's say. Doing whatever I can to not call him fat. But he is ginormous, so definitely wouldn't say that to his face. Plus, he's a real nice guy. He's a real nice guy. I watched a Joe Rogan interview with him. He's a fantastic dude. And the way he got his nickname is real cool. And you know, actually, I'm rooting for Justin Wren. The fact Joe Rogan, I don't talk about him too much, I don't think. Although he is one of my favorite podcasters. I mean, he's one of everybody's favorite podcasters, let's be honest here, because he has the most popular podcast in the world, I would say. Certainly in the world of MMA by far. But, oh, I thought, round 3 here, I thought someone finished there for a second. But Joe Rogan has convinced me to change my my pick here. Although Lashley has been able to keep up with Wren for the most part. They are both wrestling. They both have a wrestling background, so I'm expecting a lot of this to be on the ground, which it has been for the most part, at least from what I can see. Justin Wren has done pretty well for himself. Right here, they're stuck up against the cage, getting some dirty boxing in, Lashley came out just ahead in the announcer's eyes, 29-28 for Ren. Assuming that Lashley did win that round, of course. But Ren seems to be controlling Lashley with the dirty boxing. So it doesn't look too good for Lashley in this round. He's going to have to finish in the fifth round, assuming he doesn't get a takedown and do something here. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. 1 minute left. Round 4. Takedown attempt right there from Ren, but it doesn't work. And neither of these guys have very much energy left at all. They're both exhausted, actually. End of round 4. Let's go ahead and finish this fight, boys. We don't want a Kimbo Slice versus Dada 5000 on our hands here. Certainly. Hopefully one of them can finish. Although I guess that fight was a knockout technically, even though Kimbo didn't actually hit him. It was just knockout based on exhaustion, I think. Something like that. Obviously, Dada had to go to the hospital afterwards. I believe he turned out okay. If he died, that would be horrible. And, well, I might just have to cut that part out if he died. But if he didn't, good on him. He has a great name. He has some great hair. And I honestly don't remember if he died or not. I don't think he did, though. I'm definitely going to have to look that up after the stream. But 49-46, it looks like Justin Wren did beat Bobby Lashley. Bobby, you didn't use the takedown. Did you even get a single takedown? 1 of 1. That's fair enough, but he should have gone for more, Jesus. 71-25 punches. I don't think that fight was ever in any doubt. Justin Wren really took it to Bobby Lashley. But they're definitely the knockout to check Congo. Fight. Bruno Vargas, of course. And submission? Sure. Doesn't even matter. Oh, we made 1.4, but pretty much 1.5 million on this event. We are just rolling in cash at this point. And actually, I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and end off the stream. Of course, it was quite a short one, only around 30 minutes. But my voice is dying already, and probably doesn't help that I'm very tired. And of course, not a lot of people to talk to in the chat. Nobody to make it even sadder. But I did stream pretty late. I'm going to stick to my normal stream schedule from now on. This is just kind of an apology stream. Too bad I had no one to apologize to. Or no one to... I did... Well, can't speak, but you guys probably understand what I'm saying. Thank you for watching the VOD, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. I don't know when it is. Maybe Sunday? Maybe tomorrow? We'll see what I have to do, but I will see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Bye-bye.